juice diet, 3 days, nothing apart from water, lemon water, warm lemon water, that's it. Good morning. It's a bit wonky. It's very wonky. So hopefully you can deal with that. I've just got up, as you would have seen, with a little B-roll. I feel exhausted. I've got allergies. It's not good. Coffee time. I also have nothing to wear, genuinely, because when I get up and have a coffee, I run back in bed, watch some YouTube, and then actually wake up. I remembered that Nutriseed actually sent one of their merch, making a coffee. I'm obviously not going to be having it with milk, just straight up black coffee. It's one of those things that I did not expect to be able to have. I didn't even wash my face. But this is my morning. Coffee. Glasses on. What am I expecting with the 5-2? I think because I've done the 3-day juice cleanse, then also it's very easy just to say, oh, it's just a day not eating. But I'm not eating. I'm just extremely in a calorie deficit. So it's going to be interesting. There's 5 smoothies. I'm going to film every single one of me having it. Of course, like the last video, removing the sound. No ASMR here. I've calculated how long I'm going to be up for until bedtime. I then divide that number by 5. That will give me a rough level and time of how often I need to be having each juice, sorry. There's morning ones, there's an evening one, there's filler ones. It's coming at the best time possible. I am yearning for a detox. I'm yearning for a shift. I need something. I don't know if that's healthy or not, but this is a healthy thing to try. So I'm gonna wake up as I usually will. I'm gonna have my coffee, which I am. When I found out after speaking to them that I could still drink coffee, don't worry, it's decaf, so it's even better. I'm so proud of myself. You're gonna join with me today. I hope you enjoy, and let's see how it goes.
Okay, media will play more softly.
It's been a little while since I've woken up. I'm not fully ready, so I'm gonna be starting work shortly, but my breakfast stands as this one. So it is the double lift, apple, carrot, pineapple, lemon, ginger, and beetroot. I definitely learned from the last juice cleanse from this company that you need to allow them to defrost a lot longer. So I put them in probably too late last night. So there's definitely a bit of ice in here, but I'm just gonna keep it and sip it. Smells really zingy. Pineapple really comes through. Yeah, let's see. Okay, that's beautiful. That tastes like a mocktail. I'm gonna be very, 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 very honest in terms of this. Again, I don't need to reiterate, but there is no benefits other than me trying it because I really wanted to, and just reviewing it for my own pleasure. I loved doing the last one. I loved seeing all your comments. Really nice. And actually what I've done today is I've started with 3 cups of decaf coffee. I definitely feel like I'm probably gonna have more warm drinks today to almost kind of compensate. The nicest I've ever had, which sets up all the rest for a bit of a challenge. I really like this one. I will come back and check in a little while when I'm already working and I'm on my 11's lunch. Oh, damn. Hopefully it doesn't do copyright. 4 hours since being up. Also, every Zoom call, every meeting, every time I actually look at myself, I slowly progressively get more and more ready throughout the day. Whether it's a break, I'm going to the bathroom and top up a little bit, the benefits of working from home. Just wanted to check in now because after my first juice, I had the biggest pang of hunger ever. Didn't think it would have come that soon because I remember with the juice diet, I was really good the first day. More coffee time, decaf, black, of course. But yeah, I just wanted to check in and let you know that that's something that I've experienced. Lunch break. This is naturally always going to be the biggest test because A, I've cooked for my partner beforehand, and B, we both take our lunch breaks at the same time, so I'm literally gonna be sat next to someone eating. So I went for one that I didn't think I would have had at this point in the day, but it was gonna be more enjoyable. You've got it in the microwave, heating up. It's Neon Plus, and it has apple, lemon, cinnamon, coagulants, which is prebiotic. Anything with cinnamon brings me joy and makes me happy. So this is why I kind of needed something more of a treat. The one that I'm gonna have later in the evening is more kind of like sweet and salty, which I'm so excited for. That's like the nut milk one. Really like even like a lemon water in it like makes you clench your jaw because it's like, ooh, this is nice. I also had a brilliant tip. You can dilute them and make them longer, or put them with ice and make it more of kind of like a spectacle. I feel like I should have done that with this one. I may actually do that with this, but because I've had so much liquid anyway with the coffee, I kind of don't. I'm gonna have my 1 hour break now. I'm gonna enjoy this in front of some TV and catch up with my partner, then get back to work, which I'm glad actually doing it on a day like this because you're not thinking about like what you could be eating because you're doing something else. So I'm gonna neck this down and come back with juice number 3. So it's about half an hour after having lunch and my head is killing me. One thing I am allowed to have is a miso soup. I also feel like Marmite would also be suitable. My favourite thing in the world, which is called bouillon. And this is so popular in France. I'm glad to see it finally more in the UK. Not just in like health food shops, you can get it in Asda, Sainsbury's, everywhere. This is incredible. So voila. In terms of the actual nutrition of it, there's minimal of everything. So thankfully this goes under the like parameters of what you can have throughout the day. Cheers. Yeah, it was like 1.2 litres of coffee, decaf, thank God, because otherwise you can imagine, let alone the 500 ml of miso soup, the 500 ml that I'm just having of the bouillon, which I showed you guys before. I had the second juice, which was the Neon Plus. I actually diluted that in a big gin, like goldfish bowl, which I've measured all of these after and like took the measurements. 500 ml. So, I mean, I'm already at 2 litres plus, and 2 litres is like what people recommend you to do to be like really healthy. So that's only at this point of the day. I still have 3 juices. I'm now deciding how long. I know myself. I know I'm best spacing out this afternoon, get into work, stay in work. We need to go to the shops later tonight after work, so I'm gonna like take one there on the way, so I've got something to kind of like keep myself like satisfied, and then I need to keep one at least near bedtime just to keep me kind of coasting. So yeah, but it's kind of weird already to think that tomorrow I won't be doing this, but definitely my head's still pounding, but I feel really good. So that's my little check-in. Okay, it's just past 5:30, finished work. This is my treat for getting through my day. This one is beetroot. It's apple, celery, and beetroot. I think I've already had this one before. Yeah, I have. Because there's nothing, you get used to something not being mastificated, chewed, eaten. Like, I haven't gone like that all day, apart from some gum, just to like give the illusion that I was chewing something. Yeah, this is really nice. This is definitely, it's just all the ingredients. Apple, celery, beetroot, that's what it tastes like. Whereas the one before and the one in the morning was like so unique and very different flavor. This is really, really nice, and I like this. I like the fact that it can kind of be somewhat flexible, whereas if I was doing the juice diet, I literally would have to not only set aside 3 days of being pretty unable to do a lot, and not only that, but for the days after, for like 2 days after, eat really bland because your body's in such a shock of like eating, whereas this is kind of, it's a quick shock and then right back into it. So I think naturally it's gonna hopefully make me think more healthily in terms of the food that I eat. From going from no food to like, oh, well, I want to fill up on like the good stuff. So we've bought loads of potatoes. I've cooked them all in one go. It's kind of like batch cooking, and I'm just going to get into having those with beans or lentils or some like veggie mix to keep it healthy and have like carbohydrates. And I know, you know, it's not sweet potato and it's not like the ultimate, but like just good old simple potato, like I'm happy with it. I'm missing spice as well. It's the one thing that I'm really missing. I usually have spice in everything. I wonder if I can maybe make the bouillon or the miso soup a bit spicy. That could be interesting, and maybe would that help the detoxification process? I'm still on like pea count number 20. Sorry if that's TMI, but if you're watching this, you're probably wanting to do one of these or wanting to find out about it. So I'm gonna spill the tea or juice. See you in a little bit with less of a gap than the last one.
And I just opened the cupboard. I'm gonna have to. I need some spice. It's probably a bit too much. Maybe never enough. Waiting for it. Waiting for it. I'm onto it. Spice helps so much, but I wouldn't overdo it in case your stomach's like sensitive. But yeah, you definitely feel it because there's nothing really to kind of absorb it. It's pretty much just liquid. But going forward, this could be a really good thing as like a snack in between meals that I incorporate more often, because I've not realized how much I don't fill. That I eat in the morning, I eat really late lunch, and then I eat really late in the evening. So there's big gap. So it's no wonder I'm kind of up and down like a Brian's 90. So yeah, I think it's all a big learning curve. So instead of having a juice on the drive out to the shops, I don't want to risk needing to pee one more time. This is going to be my snack. Yeah, making a sandwich wasn't easy to make. But no, it'll all be worth it. I'm looking forward to tomorrow breakfast anyway. Okay, so it's 8:15. So quick update before my second to last meal. I'm so like moany and annoyed, like resentful that my partner can eat. So yeah, I do remember when last time I did one of these things, I was just living with housemates that I didn't really like hang out with at that time in terms of like the day and the evening. Like I could kind of just do my own thing. It's very different when you're with someone that usually you do everything kind of together. So tonight is mojito, which is apple, cucumber, lime, and mint. Cheers. I should add more water to it, but I'm just gonna taste it first. And then after it, I'll actually enjoy it with more water. I messed up by not having sparkling water in the house or soda water. That would have massively helped. And it's too late now to go out to shops and get it. Yeah, it's definitely mojito. I can see why you could dilute this, because this is too intense, too strong. I went for a bath and I had my mojito like over a really stretched long amount of time, and I think I messed up by doing that. Looking back, I would have had more around like 2 to 6, knowing that actually it would be a bit sickly to have something so sweet and sugary late in the evening. So yeah, I wouldn't have mojito again at night unless I was in like a drinking environment and I wanted to pretend I was having a mojito. I'd actually prefer that in the day, which is not what I thought I would have said. This one is the last one of the day. Water, almonds, dates, cacao powder, cinnamon, and rock salt. This is the one that I was the most looking forward to. And this is actually the one that made me look back into going full Nutriseed, because of this one coming out. And I was like, oh wow, they're really changing their game up. Because if you have watched my full juice diet that I did with, no, I did using the full video that I did using their like 3-day juice diet. It'll just be in the link up above if you want to go check that out, or down in the description box if you're watching this on TV. And the flavors were good, but it wasn't anything like, whoa, this is incredible. I kind of feel like I've been on a bit of a roller coaster today with some really, really, really nice flavor things. Neon Plus and this were my favorite, and that's incredible. So yeah, really, really impressed. I'm gonna have this and I'll give an update tomorrow morning, see like how I felt, how the rest of the night went. But I'm gonna have this, watch some YouTube and sleep. Thanks for following me for the first day, and yeah, now it's time to decide when the second day will be and where I can fit it in. So yeah, I do appreciate that flexibility. Good morning. I told you I'd be coming through nice and real, raw, unedited, shortened but unedited. This is the morning after the 5-2 before. I wanted to sit down and kind of just talk about how I felt, how I feel now. So the evening was very difficult. That is when I usually seek comfort for food, feeling full, having food. I went to bed feeling pretty sick. I had a really bad headache. I felt really like, almost like acidic, like needing food, like a sickly feeling. I felt basically like I was hungover. I sleep all right because I had an Audible book, which I've got a link down there if you wanna use my link. Obsessed with Audible. I literally use it all the time. I'm on my like 5th Annie Jacobsen book. She's the best author in the whole entire world if you're into anything military. Probably not, but just in case. So I listened to that kind of to take my mind off it, and that worked. I fell asleep within half an hour. Had probably the best night's sleep I've ever had. I woke up this morning in disbelief at how rested I felt, how like balanced I felt. And it just shows how I am not used to that, because within the past 2 years, I don't remember the last time I actually felt like that, which is really sad. And it just shows where I'm at, which is quite saddening. However, each day as it comes, and I'm really happy. So I was last night thinking like, oh my gosh, like this is what I'm gonna cook. I kept talking about food, planning what we're gonna have at the weekend, planning what we're gonna have tomorrow. And it's the morning and I'm not rushing for food just yet. So I'm gonna have still coffee like usual. Right, I need to try and get the right ones. That for the evening. One like that. No. Let's try that green one this time. That one back. Clarity, no. Mojito, no. Double lift. 1, 6, 10, 5 and 7, 3 and 5.